Hello, hello, my lovely Virgs. Welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. Virgs, y'all have the Village and the Venom, the Sustainer and the Queen, the Shapeshifter and the Kiss. Well, this just feels like a very confined community where you feel very triggered very regularly. That's how I feel about this energy right here. I don't know. It's just, the village is the idea that you can't get any bigger than the community that surrounds you, right? Like, that's where you capped out. Like, that's your, but like at the same time, I just feel like this idea of like, doesn't anybody have anything better to talk about? Doesn't anybody have anything better to do? Anything better to say? That's, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel irritated as fuck right now. Like, I don't know, but to take it back to that idea of like just being much bigger than your community, right? You're like a giant amongst men, and it's like, well, you know, like, it's only natural that you, every time you step on everyone around you. That's not you being an asshole. That's you surrounding yourself with people who put you in a position where you feel triggered and the worst comes out in yourself. Like, know yourself, know your shadows, know your demons, know what you can and cannot deal with. You know what I mean? Hold your boundaries accordingly, right? It's okay to hold boundaries. You can hold boundaries in love. You know what I mean? And I just kind of get this idea of, well, because I don't know, because it's been, okay, so this has also been in your reads for a while. It's just this idea of like people being upset with you because you're holding these boundaries, and then you being like, well, listen, I'm really sorry that I have to, you know, like spell this out for you, but I literally will step on you if you get in my way. And being in my presence isn't anything more than getting in my way if I'm a gigantic foot and you're a little person. You know what I mean? I'm not doing it to like cause destruction. It just is what it is. And I feel like when you're dealing with people who, I don't know, I just feel like there's just all of this like emotional reaction in every single direction that you look, and it's like, no wonder you're triggered all the time. You know what I mean? Like, that seems legitimate. And if you, was it my Virgs read that I want to say that had the shapeshifter, and it's just this idea of like, you're not showing up as somebody different. You're just showing up as all the versions of yourself because you're allowed to be the entirety of who you are. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to pigeonhole yourself in one identity because all of these people told you did. You know, it's just kind of, it's frustrating, right? I don't think that you have to do that if you just acknowledge why it is that you're triggered all the time, you know, and what it is that you can do to create an environment that feels a lot more sustainable and a lot less triggering. You know, the Kiss, I love this card. It is like a sex and passion kind of card in the book, but to me, it just always shines through as like, I know that like I can always like reach out my hand and you'll be there, right? And there's just like a level of intimacy with that like offers a sense of security. And so you're going in a direction that feels more secure rather than triggering. And I'm here for it, Virgs. Yes. Okay. The World, the Ace of, sorry, wait, what? No. The Eight of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Seven of Cups. You know, it just goes back to that fear, right? Of like, when I can't see through you and I can only see into you, that leaves me feeling vulnerable. And I just kind of get this feeling of like, and yet my fear of vulnerability is the very thing that keeps me from experiencing all the things that I know that I'm meant to be experiencing, right? And it's just kind of like, you got to let that go. You got to face that fear. You got to, I just feel like, take the steps, because the Page of the Page of Swords is usually like a contract card. But I want to do more clarifiers, because I just, the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Cups. Sorry, we had some cards fly out there. The Three of Wands, the Page of Wands, the Ten of Cups, the King of Swords, the Two of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. Definitely a lot of Queen energy here. I mean, you have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. I do feel like there is this like high level of just like understanding. You know what I mean? Where you're just like, listen, please don't bullshit me. You and I both know that's not entirely true. You know what I mean? But I just kind of feel like this sense of just like being straightforward, just like cutting through the shit. It's just kind of like, I really just don't have any interest in playing all of these games, or like all, you know, it's just kind of like, again, I do feel like that, like you and I both know, whoever it is that you're dealing with, there's just a sense of like, is all of this really necessary? You know what I mean? I just, like, there's partnership, there's excitement, there's creation, there's emotional fulfillment. You know what I mean? I just feel like there's all of these positive things, but like a reality, it just needs to be addressed. You know what I mean? So that you can bring an end to all of this lack, because like that lack has been from a, like, coming from a place of confinement and triggers and aggression. And it's just kind of like, you gotta get out of that. You gotta bring that to an end. And I think, you know, with the Page of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Swords, it does feel like there is a partnership here. This isn't a romantic vibe, but it does have, I feel like, an element of trust. Because because trust is a two-way street, right? Like you build that two ways. And I just kind of feel like this, like, no, you have like, there's like this, I don't know, just like this no bullshit, solid decision of trust that feels like it offers you a sense of progression. Virgs. Okay. Let's see. Oh, was it stack? Like a big stack, like a big stack. Okay, we have like half the fucking deck. Okay, let me just like lay these out. We have the Eight of Swords, the Five of Cups. Oh my God, there's more. The Five of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Ten of Wands, the Seven of Cups. You know, heartbreak, confusion, lack, feeling confined when really and truly you're not actually confined. And yet here you are trapped in this like plethora of lack and heartbreak and betrayal and all the choices in the world, none of the choices that you want to make. You know what I mean? And just like, but I feel like there's just this idea of like things turning around for you in a really big way. You have the Sun and the Hierophant, the Ten of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, the Knave of Swords and the Ace of Wands. And I just think that like whatever change this is that occurs, I feel like it occurs because you're just like, I can't sugarcoat this. I can't like make this sound like it's going to be anything that I don't like. I almost get the sense of having really low expectations, you know, and just feeling like, okay, I'm so accustomed to operating with low expectations. And I'm recognizing the fact that when I operate with low expectations, what I get is a lot of nothing. And I just kind of feel like a change, a drastic change. I don't know. I mean, the Wheel of Fortune, the 10 of Pentacles, the 9 of Pentacles, you've got some abundance here. And it's abundance that brings a lot of joy. It's abundance that I think makes you feel confident in your sense of knowing, you know, because the Hierophant is knowledge. And I think that there are a lot of new beginnings on your horizon because of the fact that you're just willing to be honest with the situation, honest with yourself, honest with people in your lives. You know what I mean? Just like people, I don't know. Sometimes I do. I get that feeling of like, well, sometimes you just have to be tired of your own shit. Like nobody can change anything about you for you. Like that's nobody else's job, right? Like sometimes you just have to be tired of your own shit. And just be like, you know what? Fuck it. I can't allow for myself to be constantly triggered. I can't allow for myself to feel confined. I can't allow for myself to prevent myself from moving before I even do anything because my expectations are so low, you know? And I just feel like I just want to like acknowledge that, like that situation for what it was, you know, not to play victim, not to play hero, not to play any of it, just to like acknowledge that like when you go through things that are very impactful in your life, I think that it's important to not have to feel ashamed of that, because I feel like when you cloak anything in shame, it kills it before it can even take root. You know what I mean? And I just kind of get this idea of there being, where did it go? Sorry, there's a lot of cards on the thing here. And I just kind of feel like when there's just like a sincere honesty in a straightforward way, it just did like it removes the shame, it removes the, you know, like the fear. It's like, this is what happened, this is the issue at hand, this is da 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 da, you know what I mean? And when you're honest with yourself about that, and you can be honest with others, I think that instead of creating a space that feels confining and limiting and drafty and undesirable in every way, you know, it creates a space that is, I just feel like that cultivates development. It cultivates growth. It cultivates creativity. It cultivates excitement. It cultivates emotional fulfillment. It's self-sustaining and abundant and joyous and a wish fulfillment. you know, I mean, like all beautiful, amazing things. I love it, Virgs. I hope that this resonates with y'all. If it does, please give me a like, share, and subscribe, and I will see y'all again soon. Bye.